Hello, and welcome back to Chain Saw. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're back. I'm sorry.
Jim's got a case
I'm
of
just thinking about
giggles.
how I can insert my funny chainsaw revving gag. Into
I was
the
waiting
intro.
for it. I was like, what is he giggling instead of revving up? or something?
Revving and giggling are kind of the same thing. Wouldn't you say that revving is the way that a chainsaw would giggle?
As they would say in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Jim, let's rev it up.
Okay.
There we go.
So we're here, your favorite Chainsaw Man podcast. We read the manga, we talk about it. We're gonna be talking about chapters 126 through 129 of Chainsaw Man Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Great.
Yeah, this fight's been really good so far.
This physical and the mental fights are very enjoyable.
The kind of level of escalation with the plot too has been to me this feels like the first real threat. Everything before this has been kind of how early Chainsaw Man had a few if you want to say mini bosses, mild threats Infinity Devil, but this is we have this real kind of what was it, maybe 5 chapters ago there was that reveal that basically most of the world is gonna die. Shit is hitting the
the Nostradamus
shit is hitting the fan.
Y2K is coming.
No,
And
Y2K
the chef is oh,
Technology Devil. Techness from fucking Danny Phantom is coming in, Jim.
Techness. But I really love the falling devil. It's kind of a good symbolic one to begin with too, because it's all of our characters are in a free fall towards oblivion. The falling devil.
Also, I just love the personality of the falling devil. It's been very enjoyable, not just the
She's
darkness
great.
devil who's just there menacingly.
She's great.
It's nice to see one of the primordial fears have an actual personality.
Be a chef otaku.
She just likes making nice meals.
Just make her Gordon Ramsay. Make her very mean. But yeah.
Do you think Gordon Ramsay could be a devil hunter?
Wait,
I think he could hack it.
What if he already is? He just doubles as a chef.
Yeah, he could be really good at it.
Just another way to make money for him instead of just
fucking donkey.
little the bread piece you put on your head is a devil killing tool. It crushes the head of a devil.
He makes an idiot sandwich and then the bread crushes you.
Idiot devil sandwich. It's you're already dead. If you respond to him respond to the question, your head just fucking explodes like a grape.
He's so powerful. He's just such an incredibly powerful British man.
But speaking of head splitting,
so yes, we kind of pick up right as Denji joins the fight against the falling devil.
did you know
and it's pretty fruitless.
that this chapter is named after the hit animated movie Food Fight?
Food Fight, true.
Oh my goodness.
The Charlie
Fujimoto.
Sheen, Wayne Brady joint.
Eva Longoria, I believe, is in it as well.
Oh, the man that binds as well.
She might be in it.
It's and Christopher Lloyd. He plays a guy who looks like he's had crap in his pants as he walks.
Yeah, Food Fight, a wonderful thing. That'll have to be another podcast that we do eventually.
Yeah, we ever hit.
But
we watch 1 minute of Food Fight every episode.
Food Fight minute.
But yeah, yeah, we kind of kick off with the action, like you said, and the goal of the task of taking Asamitaka to hell. Their goal was apparently that.
It's to make her the final course.
Yes, and Denji's aware. So it's interesting that, Denji's now aware of her, I guess, as being a key, I guess, or important, but could just be...
For some reason, she's being targeted, and I don't know if Denji is fully aware of why, but I do like the line of "keep away from my ex-potential girlfriend."
It's a great line. But also, it says to feed the residents of hell? whatever that means.
Oh, it's probably the hungry caterpillar that we see.
Just
Yeah.
him. But
There must be other ones that they just they're hungry. They want food. They want their breakfast in bed.
like just demons or just creatures. This caterpillar devil, it literally is just a caterpillar devil.
But one thing, like, and it's really interesting. I feel like lately I've watched a lot of like Chainsaw Man videos on YouTube. People like kind of analyzing, and so many of them have like such an anime focus because I don't know, the way that they talk about like the action in the series makes me think that like they haven't really read the manga because to me the action in Chainsaw Man, yes, it's brutal, but it's very quick. It's not like the main event. Like even here, Chainsaw Man gets a few hits in, but it's like a pretty fruitless fight. Like he immediately gets like PTSD trauma dumped by the Falling Devil.
Yeah, it's like he gets some big brutal hits in, but the Falling Devil just reassembles like no damage to the clothes or fits. They just like regenerate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I love how just the clothes too.
Yeah, the clothes seem to come from their like ability, I guess, is a good way of
Sure.
putting it.
I don't know. She just robbed them from the apartment complex. I don't know what mystic. I guess it's just devil powers. Don't question it.
Yeah, basically.
Like and yeah, we get Denji trauma finally.
You know, Denji has his trauma. We get to see flashbacks to two pivotal moments in his life.
His two most traumatic moments, but luckily he has a counter. Thank God.
Ah, yes, the best counter.
Self-mutilation.
Fuck your mental attacks. They can't hurt my brain if my brain don't work.
It's what's that Tekken Pokemon that like boosts your power, but it like leaves you confused or like it's
Amnesia?
Is it amnesia?
It could be amnesia, or just one of the strong attacks that just leaves you confused after you like hit it. He literally does one of those double-edged moves that just hurt you. He hurts himself
it's
in
very
confusion
funny.
and like makes. I just like he eats it. He starts eating the Falling Devil because he thinks she's a corn dog.
And she has a great line. She says, "Stop that. I am not a corn dog." There's just like really funny that I love about this devil.
Just no.
I mean, like, she has such a wonderful, like, she's like, I'm not a corn dog. Wait, perhaps you're right. As a chef, I ought to experience being eaten.
As a chef, I should be vored.
She's just curious. She just loves to experience things. Like she's such a wonderful woman.
He's exploring her vor fetish for the first time, Jim.
Thank you for
This is
your
how it
5-star experience.
Oh no, my leg will be forgotten if I should not be get eaten by Denji. But yeah, and she just like reassembles like inside him, and it's just like it's just so brutal. Like you get to like really like see the detail of it.
That and I love when he tries to like cut her face off.
Yeah, then she just flicks him.
Take her face
awesome.
off. This is how they did it in Face Off, Jim.
Basically, I mean, that's pretty much how they did it. They just like
Takes
hack
the
that shit
face off. That's literally how they describe it in that movie. You watched it before, right, Jim?
Oh yeah, I've seen Face Off.
All right, good.
Did we not watch Face Off together? I hate that movie.
It's a bad movie. It's just very funny.
It sucks.
The first 5 minutes are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the premise is very funny, but it's a pretty terrible movie.
I can see Fujimoto just like, oh, I love Face Off though.
He definitely seems like he would enjoy Face Off.
But yeah,
it's like such a stupid like elevator pitch movie that it's perfect.
But yeah, Denji is split in two, and the mysterious man, Chainsaw Man, cuts himself with a knife or maybe a katana.
We think so I don't know. Like my initial thought was that it was Yoshida.
Yeah, Yoshida seems like the best option for that.
I don't know. I feel like they would have showed him unless they didn't think.
There is a conspiracy about this panel, given that it's hidden.
It always is.
Yeah, like, there are two characters that we've seen so far in the story that match those shoes with that outfit. And it's Yoshida and the baby boy Benny. The
That would be, that'd be interesting.
The biggest twist is that a Kobeni family member is actually competent and like actually sinister and like evil.
I mean, what if she's like what if he's putting on a front where he's just pretending to be like a little shitbag, but like he's got like secret confidence, just like his big sister or something.
Because
I guess that would be appropriate.
I feel like it has to be whoever the Chainsaw Man is because he is going out of his way to conveniently censor the face. And I'm like, man, it's about to just be like Aki just back from like hell or some shit.
Oh
And
god.
Because he's got another knife or katana against by cutting his hand with it.
The fact that it's a katana or like what looks like a katana does feel pretty significant.
What's like the dagger katana? Is like what is it called? Is he used
naginata?
No, that's a spear.
I think
It's like the ones they would use to commit seppuku.
The Nando, I think it was.
Maybe I think it's called Nando.
a Nagito?
Shut up! That's the biggest twist to reveal is Nagito Undertale.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I'm just like crazier things can happen, but it doesn't call him Denji, just call him Chainsaw Man. So I don't know. I literally like this reveal better be someone we know because he's going really out of his way to censor it.
He's really like teased out this kind of mysterious Chainsaw Man character for a while.
I'm just waiting to be like, I don't know who this is at reveal.
I like calling him Fosaw Man. But the knife he's using, or the whatever he's using to cut himself there, it does kind of remind me. The other thing that I think leads into it possibly being the Kobeni brother is that it looks a bit like Kobeni's knife from the Eternity Devil arc.
Oh yeah,
it's the knife does change in design later on, so it could.
Like, wasn't that just a kitchen knife?
It became a kitchen knife by Katana Man. Originally, it was like this weird extended long machete that had like a similar blade to that.
Because I'm gonna go back and look at it just in case, but you can keep going, take over for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the anime they made it a kitchen knife again, because I think that's just like the knife they give Kobeni, but I'm almost certain that the knife she has in the Eternity Devil arc in the manga looks like that.
I gotta like go through, but
it's like so impossible to look this shit up now that the anime's come out.
Well, luckily it's like marked off when we talked about the anime of it, so we were able to like look through.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta like find the exact moment that Kobeni.
But that's interesting.
I'm looking at it right now in chapter 16. Kind of see her pulling the knife on Denji, and it looks like a kitchen knife. I don't know. It changes. It looks like, but this knife looks like. Then it gets really long to beginning of the next chapter.
That's really funny. Maybe that's her stand.
She's the knife devil.
Maybe that's her secret contract.
The juggling devil. I don't know. The knife size changes.
That's one of those big reveals that like I gotta know. Like one day, like it's gotta be.
It never happens.
But
it's crazy. I know for a fact it can't be anything huge. Like it can't be, he might have made it now something bigger. But I know that initially Kobeni's devil contract did not matter.
Yeah,
because she only survived because his manager liked Angel more, so he decided to kill Angel.
I love that story so much.
Lynn, who do you like more, Kobeni or Angel? Well, I like Angel. Angel's dead.
You did this. That man now has to live with like that weight on him that he killed Angel. Like all the Angel stands, all the Angel fans that draw the Aki Angel art are in shambles because of him.
Yeah, they're in shambles. But keep drawing that art; it's wonderful.
I laugh at the art because I'm like, you are killing Aki drawing this art, people. What the fuck are you?
Listen, it's awesome. I love the comic where where he talks to Angel and Angel's like, yeah, you suck lifespan out. He goes, do you know how long it takes? And then it cuts immediately to Aki on the phone like, Makima, I have 28 minutes left to live. Give Denji and power.
That's the best version of that art, the people that acknowledge that.
And then, like, Angel's laying in bed with, like, a fucking heart bubble above his head.
Every time it somehow like ends up on my timeline, I'm just like, stop, he's already dead.
Listen, Angel can't drain that much more life out of him.
between the lung cancer, just whatever fate comes in. But
his missing testicles, which surely his testicles must be gone by now.
I mean, Himeno crushed one of them, probably. Just saying.
What if she kept them? That was like her
Kept
little.
them in a jar under the bed.
It was her personal contract.
We didn't get the
with
panel when Denji's sleeping on the floor.
You see the testicles.
Testicle in a jar. But once we get to the next chapter of 127, Save the Asa, which is this very funny title chapters. But yeah, the objective is to save Asa, and we kind of get another trauma. A lot of fall now. I love the panel of falling, holding her head, with like.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's really cool to me that it's not just like a battle stand or a battle devil, even though it literally is like super strong at fighting. But the fact that it can like just bring out your trauma, it's so good. And like we get little flashes of what was her name? Was her name Yuko? Her fun little friend who became the
Yuko.
Justice. Rip.
Yuko. Also, I love the it's such a great like dynamic having Asa and Yoru, like Yoru being like totally powerless here because Asa is just like, as we've learned before, when Asa's like fearful, like Yoru has no power.
The Mob Psycho like percentage is like in the 90s. Like, but yeah, and she kind of just like wants to fall and like it's like kind of going through the trauma, and we get like the one thing she said, like, I have one regret, even if it was the only one person, with all my heart I wish and then we get cut off by Denji.
Oh, we know it. we know what she's thinking.
What the fuck?
Fuck, probably not. Just one person to care though.
That's what Denji thinks.
Denji
thinks she would say.
But I just love this. I love the like the connection between these two characters here. Like it gets really funny in like the next chapter. But there's something so like awesome, and like it's such a great image of like like one character like grabbing the other one, saving them from falling, but having it like all inverted where Asa's like falling upward just makes it even cooler. She's like holding onto the side rail.
I love the paneling of like her just upside down talking, him looking up to her, like in the way order you're reading it. Like it's great.
Yeah, I think I might have mentioned it before, but I believe that one of the main like inspirations, at least for this arc, has been like Panama Inverted.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a great animated movie if anyone hasn't seen it. But if you have like vertigo or a fear of heights, do not watch.
If you don't like being upside down. And I'm like really excited for like whenever we ever get to the anime for this, like super excited of how they like, animate this, and like the movements and everything of falling upwards. And I think it'd be really fun if they can do it good.
Oh yeah.
They've shown in the past that they put like 110% into the Chainsaw Man adaptation.
Yes. So we get Denji uses motivational speech to it goes really well until the end.
Yeah. I like that, like think of happy things like puppies and cats.
Dogs, cats.
Don't talk about cats. Cats. Ice cream.
He said Martha. He said the Martha word for her.
He said Martha.
How do you know that word?
Cats. Oh, I love it. I love Denji using like, he's so like simple-minded, and I love his motivational speech of his simple-mindedness. Like, it's so good.
He's like literally like bringing her, like he's like literally grounding her.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to just give Fujimoto a little like props for having Asa fall upwards. No nonsense with her skirt. Like her skirt is just like as if she were like just standing normally. There's no weird upskirts or creepy shots.
Yeah. So thank goodness as well, because if Denji was distracted by that, I don't think he would have been able to give that motivational speech as well.
Yeah, he gets distracted by something else, and it makes it even way better when we get there. But yeah, I just love that he able to relate to her in this most simple way that only Denji can talk about. And
But there's one thing Denji wants more than anything else.
like Asa made the mistake of asking what it was. That's on her.
Yeah. It's so good. Like, I know this has kind of become like a trope now. People like hate it when in movies, but undercutting like kind of an emotional moment with like a joke. But it's so perfect for Denji because
I think like in any other series this probably would have just been a joke. But this is both a humorous like what's it called? When you don't
like
show the
diffusion.
Oh man, it's like something of events where you don't show what was expected to say or expected to be said. Instead, you show something completely different. And
like a non sequitur.
Kinda, where you expect Denji to, after everything he said so far, he said like you expect him to say something nice, but then he says like, "I want to have sex, baby, sex."
There's like the Telltale game like dialogue options that he chooses like the one that misleads you, and it just like the most
that ruins relationships. Yeah,
no,
and also her
he
reaction is incredible.
It's like his choice is like tell her how you really feel, and it just says sex. Like no,
but sex is still like. It does harken back to the end of Chainsaw Man Part 1, where one of Denji's big things is, like, he wants to have tons of sex. Like, he lives a life without desire for so long that just basic desires are now, like, big motivator things. Like, even, like, originally in the earlier Chainsaw Man, like, back when he first learned what a fiend was, he talks about how, like, I don't think I could ever have sex because I don't think I've ever reached that point of want, but if I do want to touch a boob, and he's just kind of grown from there to, he is getting to, like, basic human desires. But because he's been deprived of them so long, they're major things for him. And that's why this comes as a non sequitur, while also being perfectly fit for Denji's character.
Or he got to a sex ed class in high school.
I don't think he's gotten that far.
Yeah, the man does not know what a condom is, unfortunately.
I don't think this man would believe in condoms.
Yeah, but like it's so good, and that's why Chainsaw Man is so like awesomely written for that point of view. Because like if Denji were like a normal teenage boy, like a little younger, this would be like all like a kind of a groaner line, like all right. But like yeah, his whole arc has been like becoming a human, and of course like we know that Denji has no idea what sex is. Like,
oh yeah, Denji I think if someone offered him sex he wouldn't know what's going on.
Exactly, yeah. He has this like, it's like any like young boy, like you have an idea in your mind of what sex is and you think you want it, you think it's like the most important thing in the whole world, and it's just it's great, and it's so funny too how it just totally like fucks this moment up because Asa hates him. Asa hates him so much.
I always think of this one joke from there's like early episode of South Park where they're talking like, yeah, for sex, all you gotta do is stick it in there and pee.
Denji definitely thinks something like that.
Yeah, also fucking Asa's just ew.
Also, like, okay, there's one trope I hate in like anime and like manga when they have like the annoying perv character.
Oh yeah.
And Denji's not that. Like he's like not like aggressive, like going to do like I'm going to commit sexual assault on you, kind of like those deviant characters that we've talked. Like,
yeah, it's more like a relatable, like when you're in that position and you're like, I don't know, it's like it's something about being young.
If I remember correctly,
youthful.
Almost every time Denji has had some sort of sexual advancement on a character in any regard, that it's been not only consensual but like a deal between them.
He does a better job than like Sanji does in One Piece.
Like he squeezes Power's boobs, kisses Himeno.
Well, I feel like she
That's
kisses.
true, yeah.
She kisses him.
Yeah, I mean, well, they lock lips and other things occur.
And lock lips and other fluids.
It is really funny how like there literally is like a very strict set of rules around when he's touching Power's boobs. Like it is just funny how like Power really has all the power in that situation.
Like almost every time Denji is completely powerless in any sexual advancement situation. Like when Makima like forces his hand after he talks to her about power stuff, like that is very much Denji has no power in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
He is very much taken advantage of throughout
many times.
The only person who I think ever had a genuine connection with him was Reze. Well, now Asa.
I know.
Well, then she also just bit his tongue off that
Listen,
time.
she just did some advanced French kissing. Like you just gotta get with the time.
It's a Russian French kiss where they actually like bite you.
And it's so funny to me that like, so obviously Asa is kind of being paired up with Denji as like these characters are going to get really close, but it just makes it so much better the fact that they are so diametrically opposed. Like immediately in the next chapter, her reaction is like, you are so awful and gross. I literally want to die. Like I changed my mind. Like I want to go to hell.
She's the perfect type of character for Denji, because it's a similar thing to forever ago, ReZero, if you remember, the whole Rem versus Amelia debate, where characters in Denji's life so far have either taken advantage of him or do not require him to change as a person or change or grow as a person to like advance and move on with their life in this relationship. Asa is a person who is almost fundamentally designed to challenge Denji and make him grow up and become a more adult person. And so it's what makes that aspect of their relationship so strong, because he's like, I want to have sex, and she's like, fucking TMI, Chainsaw Man.
That's gross. No, man. Sex is great. It's beautiful. It's like one of the sex professionals that like, no, man, the secrets and beauty of sex.
And then the fucking back and forth where it's like, wait, who are you for real about this? Who do you think would have sex with you? You have a chainsaw for a head.
I just like a shock, like stoned, like frozen. He just floats up. Like the falling devil could not get him to fly upward, but Asa could just instantly just murder the man mentally.
No woman in this world would ever want to have sex with a guy with a chainsaw sticking out of his head. Asa says the thing that very much shows she's from 1998 and does not use the internet.
It's the meme. It's like that meme of like the girl yelling knives at the guy's chest.
I was thinking of it's kind of a more recent Avengers comic, but there's an Avengers comic where like Nick Fury like betrays the Avengers, and like he's winning against them, and he like walks up to Thor and whispers something.
Oh my
and
God!
Thor becomes unworthy.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Thor becomes unworthy and like drops the hammer, and he can't pick it up. That is what Asa's doing right now. She literally is like telling Denji like the worst knowledge that just ruins him. Like the one, like it literally, like if we take this like on its head, the one thing that's keeping Denji tethered to Earth is sex, and she's like, "You'll never get sex."
And he shoots up like a rocket.
What the fuck was he? Did he actually whisper?
All right, this is a spoiler for that.
Oh, do you
Avengers
actually
comic. I do actually know. I looked this up kind of recently. So literally what Nick Fury says, Nick Fury says Gore was right, referring to Gore the God Killer, because apparently the Gore had said something about how gods were like useless. Gods were not like a benevolent force in the universe, and the Watcher confirmed it, so that made it true. And that's why Thor he literally just whispers Ligma, and then Thor drops
he
the
listened
hammer
to
and can't pick it
Mungus
up.
and like heard the theme and just like immediately unworthy.
The game.
Yeah. The game.
You're sus.
He becomes
You're
unworthy.
sus. Oh god. But yeah, we end up in the plate of hell, I guess.
This is the dish.
This part is so fucking cool.
I love this scene because it confirms a lot about what makes Falling Devil so humorous. So, Falling Devil made this big stink about all the ingredients she needs to prepare Asa for hell. Like, she was gonna make this elaborate dish. She needed apples, she needed, like, such and such intestines, a head. Like, she needed, like, ears and fingers. And it's all just haphazardly dropped on the plate. And, like, fucking, like, she has that, like, little swivel. She is not a good chef, and it is very clear that she is not a good chef. But she is so intimidating as a force that everyone in hell feels compelled to eat her food. Because if they don't, she'll kill them.
I mean, have you seen, like high class food where it is just, like, one tiny cube of steak and, like, sauce?
They do, like, a taste, like, tasting menus, basically.
It's ridiculous.
Where they give you, like, 20 small plates of, like, yeah. Well, the funny part is, like, going back to what you're saying, like, that there's nothing cooked here.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't cut, like, any of the apples.
The apples
she didn't
are
cook.
literally
I guess
just, like, dropped on the plate.
I mean, literally, Asa would have just been plopped on the plate whole as well. Like
even like when you serve, like, raw ingredients, you still, like, prepare them in some way. Come on, Chef Devil or Falling Devil.
The Chef Devil. Basically,
How mad do you think the Chef Devil is that he had his whole bit stolen by this non-cook?
The Chef Devil is 100% fueled only by Gordon Ramsay. Like, Gordon Ramsay is, like, when he arrives at your restaurant, you are feared. Like, you have the fear of all the chef is going to yell at you.
The Chef Devil walks around with the kitchen nightmares, like, violin screech sound effect.
Or, like, any of the chefs that, like, tried to, like, prep fugu.
Oh, God.
They all failed.
I swear to God, there's Fire Emblem Engage. Not to go on too much of a side tangent, but because I mentioned it, Fire Emblem Engage has a mechanic where you get broken, like someone hits you with the strong weapon against you, and you drop your weapon. When you get broken in that game, I swear to God, it plays the fucking Hell's Kitchen, like, violin. I've heard it every time. It is hilarious.
I have, like, kind of a similar thing in at the beginning of every, like, episode of Attack on Titan, when it shows, like, the episode number, it plays, at least in season 1, I think they stopped after season 1, they play, like, a noise that...
I remember you pointed that out to me, I think.
You literally hear that in, like, reality shows when, like, someone, like, drops the plate of food. It'll play, like, the like, sound effect. Like, it's like a trumpet or something, or a trombone or something.
It's so funny. Just, like, this is gonna be edited into when it gets animated.
I'm like one of those people that is, like, really sensitive and like strange about sound effects, like the sound in Bloodborne when you get like the crit, like the ching sound, like that is used everywhere. The fact that it's just, like, stock sound effects that people use sometimes, like, blows my mind.
Going through a lot of, like, Rider seasons, they all have this, like, same belt noise when they take a belt out. It makes, like, this
the chink sound. It's so fucking good, though. I love that sound. Like, they use it all the time in Build, and, like,
they use it every series. Like, even no matter how far you go back, every time they take it out, it makes the same noise, no matter what the belt looks like.
Oh, sometimes it's just for the gadgets. I swear, I heard two of the, like, it was like the belt click sound effect in Fies, and then one of the gadgets in Double, I believe, makes that same noise, and it's always weird. It's this, like, chunky metal sound, and it's awesome. If I could like find that fucking sound bit, like, there's some times where I just wish that, like, sound effects were available, like
soundboards come back, and
I need soundboards, or I need, like, access to a sound library. Like, I had worked on a video a little bit ago with that was Red versus Blue involved. I wish I had the fucking Rooster Teeth's sound package, because almost every sound effect in that show is custom made by them. So there's a difference between, like, the plasma grenade in Halo and then the one in Red vs. Blue.
That's so funny, though, about the Red vs. Blue sound effects. I didn't know they were different.
Yeah, no, it's only
I haven't
slightly.
seen Red vs. Blue in so long.
Man, like, I've fucking fall asleep. I've watched it an unhealthy amount of times now, I think. It's a very good show.
I forgot where I left off in that show, but
I mean, like, I don't watch like the whole series every now and then. I've just watched Blood Gulch a lot.
Oh yeah, that's like probably the best.
That's the
to
best.
watch it.
It's really classic. There's a lot of really good bits in there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then like, just something to put on when you're like trying to fall asleep. You wake up and it's like it is almost the perfect length for your entire like regulated sleep time, because it's like season 1 to 5 is about 7 hours.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, hey, they're ending season 5 again around the same point that it happens every time.
Oh, hey, all my friends are here with me.
Oh man.
That's how I am with speedrun videos. Like, I always put like the history of X speedrunning thing. Those videos are like 99 hours long, so they just play through the night.
I have like people playing like the GM mode of like the recent WWE game and have it in the background of them just like yelling at each other and screwing each other over.
That's insane. That's insane behavior to go to sleep to.
It's fun. People, I don't know. It's just like watch because they sim the matches too, and when you sim the matches, when you can kind of like that's when you can go like doze off.
Oh yeah.
What I hate the most is like when I put something on and I'm trying to sleep and then they scream in it.
They
and
don't
I'm,
scream.
Like,
it's just
jolted up.
It's just like shit talking to each other for the most part.
I mean, there's some screaming in Red versus Blue sometimes.
Yeah.
But like,
There's fucking
I'm
tanks
usually
being
fucking out of it by that point.
and then Andy the Bomb starts screaming at you.
Oh, Andy the Bomb is so fucking funny sometimes. Like, I've gotten bad where I'm like saying the lines as they're happening. I feel like I can't do it from memory because I just have a really bad memory. But if I have the sound going, I know what line is coming next, like almost verbatim now. I watched a lot of it to make the best 2 Red versus Blue videos on YouTube.
I still need to watch those.
But
One day.
yeah, which
Oh yeah, what's going on here?
So-
oh yeah,
I really love like the vibes of this. Like, oh, I wanted to ask. So the head is the guy that the Falling Devil killed earlier, right in front of the store.
Yeah, that seems to be the guy that was like, she cut the head off and took it.
When one of the Devil
she's
Hunters,
like, I need a head.
one of the Devil Hunters, I was trying to snipe her. And then right from the
but
caterpillar monster thing.
I love the like funny little panel of Denji
God.
running at the bottom.
The shot,
but
the shot of the actual thing that's chasing him. It reminds me of a stand. I is it like one of a part 3? Is it?
Judgment.
Yeah, it kind of.
wow,
looks like
it
Judgment.
really It's I think it's.
I
like
think
the
it's
shoulder.
mostly just because the shoulders and the arms are kind of like Judgment, but
Yeah.
like it has a big caterpillar body underneath that you can kind of make out behind Denji.
Yeah, and I love it cutting Denji's head off and he grabs the head and just puts it back.
Oh yeah, Denji, like his
This is
fighting
awesome.
ability has gotten so good that he just like grab head, put it back on, rev, I'm fine.
This man has like the Wolverine, like Deadpool, like logic of my healing factor is ridiculous. I will just go through this and not worry about my well-being of my body. I love it.
I really like these like stingers too. They're really creepy. Something like really disturbing to me about like nature, like animals in nature that like inject poison.
I don't know, anything with like
It's really
the weird
scary.
like worm kind of slug like tail with like with the stinger. Like I think the fucking like slurm worm from Futurama.
From Futurama.
Where it just has like this disgusting like fat slug tail.
I love that episode so much. That episode has like one of my favorite jokes in
Slurm
anything I've ever
Mackenzie.
seen. So yeah, Slurm McKenzie. The one part where they see like the Oompa Loompa equivalent.
The Chumbawamba, the thing that
Yeah, yeah, whatever they're called. But they do their little song, and then the professor like he talks to like one of the like people that works there. He's like, "Tell them I hate them."
They also like it's like Chumbawamba. They just make up a word and they don't talk about the secret ingredient. It's like they just make up a stupid word to rhyme with. But
Very fucking funny.
But
I love you.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is crazy though when like
They're called Crunkalunkas actually.
Crunkalunk.
DMC Devil May Cry just ripped that off wholesale.
Oh god, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Or you do the Spanish version or the Shakespearean version is like I think it's like fornicate you or something like that.
Fornicate thy.
It's so good. That scene is great. Fuck you.
God, Fornicate Thy. That just makes me think of fucking. I've been playing too much Olympus. That game is so fucking addictive.
That's a game you've been posting on Twitter, not like all the time.
Yes. Oh my god. It's a mobile game. It's fantastic. I recommend everyone give it a check out. Project.
I've been addicted to a mobile game as well, so I can relate.
Now I will say it's like the third in a franchise of games. So like you may need to play some catch up or just watch
a third game in a mobile game series.
No. The first two games were just regular games. Because I don't know if you've heard of Lobotomy Corp.
No.
Yeah, that was the first one. Then there was Library of Runa, and now there's Limbus Company. But in between, there's like some side stories and some stuff. It's a universe that reminds me a lot of Chainsaw Man.
I've never even heard of this.
Oh yeah, check it out. Project Moon is the group, not Type Moon. Project Moon.
I was gonna make a joke about Type Moon.
Yeah, I caught that.
but we get Chainsaw, or we get he appears behind him. She gets what's it called? Like someone just shadow steps behind her and cuts her off.
Like Dark Souls backstab.
Nothing personal, kid. And
I love this.
And then we get other Chainsaw Man conveniently censored again, and he just tells you, keep running. You have to make it.
Please evade them until sunrise.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
We have like.
Because that guy. Did you see the teaser trailer for that, Jim?
No, we cannot keep spinning off into a tangent.
Listen, this chapter is full of tangents, but I do want to comment on page 12. My goodness, she may be getting stabbed through the back, but I can only look at one place.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on.
A lot of cake coming up.
Yeah, for a cook, she makes a lot of cake.
She makes a
damn
a lot of layers to that cake, if you know what I'm saying.
She's great.
Oh, she's wonderful. Like, she is like one of those characters.
Whoever's ass she took from the
I also love her standing in the doorway, but her head, like, she is standing too tall to make it through the doorway, so her forehead's like touching the door frame.
She's so great. She just has the perfect body type.
It's true. I do like the fucking 8-armed fucking back
the 9 feet tall.
9 feet tall 8 like people who look like Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
God, that was a crazy time for the internet.
We need gene splicing. We need gene splicing to be real so we can create this.
I've always been on the tall lady train. Everyone just needs to finally fucking catch up.
The funniest thing was when Resident Evil VR for it came out, and they were just like tapping her. Like, it was so funny. I love VR. It's so funny.
But yeah, the faux Chainsaw Man tells them to survive till morning.
Yes, and then the next chapter. Okay, Asa does notice that she's not unconscious for this, so she knows there's 2 Chainsaw Mans now. Which is, write that down.
It is very interesting. I like the theories about the second Chainsaw Man, because there's a good number of them. I don't know if we've talked about them before.
Of what? The number of Chainsaw Men?
The reason why there's different why there are 2 Chainsaw Men.
We made theories.
I think we've talked about it a bit. We should do it again.
Because I know of 2 major theories right now. One, that the faux Chainsaw Man is someone who has a contract with the Chainsaw Man Devil, a devil created from the idea of Chainsaw Man.
I love it.
It's a pretty solid one. I like it a lot. There is also, I like the idea of you know how when Denji ripped out his heart and regenerated a Puchita, like doubled as his body clone. Was talking with a few friends about it. It's like, what if every time Denji like loses a limb in a fight, eventually, through like happenstance, that limb gets enough blood to regenerate, and now there's a second Denji, Chainsaw Man like character, who is going around and doing Denji's work for him. And
his brain came out normal though, and like Denji, who's like,
well, I mean, if it's just a kill devils like thing that the organization that Yoshida works for knows about. they could be mass-producing Chainsaw Men without
my
Denji
God.
even realizing it, and it just made me think of the end of Shin Godzilla. When they look at his
Oh my-
tail, and like Godzilla was trying to mutate into a bunch of small forms.
I feel like there's multiple people in that organization that knows multiple Denjis or whatever, or is this like a horrible idea?
To me, like I feel like it's kind of like anytime there's like a thing like this in media, it's always there's like the one cell that like is the originator, like
Is it the
wherever
Wolverine?
that one cell is.
Like the Wolverine
yeah, like,
rule, or like
the Wolverine rule, like, and also like for me, it's like it should be like Puchita, like the heart itself. I feel like there can only be one.
We never know if
Unless-
it's just the heart that can turn someone into a hybrid. If Denji, while in Chainsaw Man form, had a piece of him take it off and then plant it into someone, could they become a hybrid is a good question. Because he had his guts spilled all across the pavement. One person is gonna come along and snip, scoop, and like, here's your new intestine, fucking subject B.
or like one person from damage control or cleanup, whatever. Just like, I'm also a kind of a cannibal, so I will just eat his heart. Literally, like the Friday the 13th Jason Goes to Hell is literally like a mortician that eats Jason's heart and becomes possessed by Jason's like worm form.
That's
That
awesome.
movie's fucking horrible, except for the opening. The opening's rad. But it could be. It just I said I don't know what it could lead to. Because
unless
has
there's
to
like
be
a totally different
blocking the face could also just be another Denji with like a slightly different haircut or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just prototype Denji that looks like
A
Longsword.
mohawk Denji.
Though I'm imagining like if it is going sorry, 1 second.
You're good. Go ahead. Take your time.
So
What? What are you
Chainsaw
guys
Man.
looking up? You guys
Yeah,
are like
sorry,
researching.
I'm not looking up
Yeah.
anything.
I thought you were like looking
Oh,
up.
that was me. So the thing that the big deal why Chainsaw Man Part 2 even exists is that Fujimoto believes that a hero story doesn't end until the hero puts up their cape. If multiple Chainsaw Mans replace Denji in some regard, he could be able to retire happy and normal, but that's up to Fujimoto if that's the type of story he wants to tell.
That feels like bad though. That feels like a bad ending to me. I don't know, especially like the who's like controlling these Denjis, because we know Denji. He needs to have a master. That's kind of what like his whole arc has been about, is kind of trying to like forge his own destiny. So I wonder if that kind of gets me.
And
the fact that there could be like other Denjis being like puppeted is interesting. I think that there is something
The
there.
Denji squad.
I think there's just the one, and like this one's obviously gonna be an enemy since he killed Yuko. Like,
He's not gonna be liked.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It also does bring up a fun idea, because Chainsaw Man is like indestructible. Like, we're always rooting for him, so it's great when he gets back up. But could you imagine having to fight a Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Like, that guy would just never go down. Like, they'd have to be real creative about how they'd kill him.
I feel like Kishibe be like, do not make more of this kid, please. There's
It's
not
a
enough
terrible
alcohol.
idea.
Like, there's not enough alcohol strong enough to deal with that. But yeah, so Asa fuels him back up with blood, and he's asked Chainsaw Man to save her. It's great.
So this is after Yuru's basically like saying, literally, do not do that.
Why are
Like,
you-
anything but that?
Why are you just the worst
He's
person that
right
does the
there.
opposite of
We
everything?
can kill him.
Did she not notice the two chainsaw men?
I guess until she digs through Asa's memory, I don't think she'll notice it. But I do love, like, what are you doing? Why do you always oppose me? And she smashes her hand, and Yora's like, ow!
Yeah, that's literally the exact same face, exact same.
I mean,
angle.
she did it to her. Because remember she like kept telling to stab herself and everything to keep herself from not falling. It's very funny. And I do love the line of just like, if a piece of trash like him is allowed to keep living, then maybe it's okay for me to live too. I love
It's
that.
good.
You can't.
We all got to start somewhere.
I love it. And then they go on the run, and he's getting tired. They have to steal a motorcycle, but he won't steal the woman on the motorcycle.
It's so good.
It's perfect. And hijacks some dudes. I just love, like, don't blame me, blame the girl behind me.
I love it because that's also an important line for what comes up next. So,
hold on. Also, this man's not wearing a helmet, gets kicked off while he's riding it. The motorcycle's fine, and I guess he's fine. All he has to say is, youch.
Youch! Dude looks like the big, like, macho walking around guy from Gantz.
Oh my god, yeah, he kind of does.
Which, who was called, like, Muscle Rider? That is, I believe the motorcycle Denji steals there, the classic Kamen Rider motorcycle from the original Showa era.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking smart with my Chainsaw Man Kamen Rider video. I'm so right.
Wait, so what were you saying, Mehdi? You said something coming up is important. The line.
When Denji kicks the guy off the motorcycle and says, "Don't blame me, blame the chick." This puts Asa in control of the situation, which then, because of how Asa's power worked, she needs to own the item. She can change the motorcycle into the Super Chainsaw Man motorcycle.
She stole it, technically.
Technically, she's the one who stole the motorcycle.
Wow, oh my god, I didn't even, catch that.
Also, just Kichi had to ride this thing, and she just made the Chainsaw Man motorcycle, just made him, I guess, works with Chainsaw Man, and it's just the most, impractical looking fucking thing ever.
Oh, it's awesome, though.
It's so fucking, I love it. It feels like, I don't know, I always think about this, when I was, a little child, I loved Spider-Man, and I had a bunch of Spider-Man toys.
Oh my god.
One of the toys I got
I had that one, too.
It was like a Spider-Man motorcycle.
Did you have to pull it backwards and just go off forward?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Why would Spider-Man ever need a motorcycle? That's the stupidest thing ever. That's what to me this feels like a toyetic moment.
So I've been watching a couple of videos about Toku in the 90s of Saban trying to get other Power Ranger stuff, and I watched one today about this weird mystical Celtic lore Sentai series. I forgot the name of it.
The Knights of Rodanon.
But they were talking about the producers wanted to get them to give them motorcycles, even though it does not go with the theme or show at all. But they would have sold toys, and they had a fight to not get motorcycles in there. It was just a huge selling point to have motorcycles. Why every Kamen Rider has a fucking motorcycle, or every
motorcycles are cool.
Power Ranger series or Sentai have motorcycles as well, because they're cool and they sell toys. No matter how stupid the motorcycle looks, they gotta make them have them there, or how unpractical they look in
And this one looks stupid and unpractical, but I love it.
I literally rewatched a team up movie that had 6 riders on a motorcycle, and half of them look really impractical for stunt work and everything. I'm like, why did they make this decision?
I know we were saying we were looking at the cake in the last chapter, but if you go to page 11 in this chapter, will you see one of the tentacles coming out of the door has a literal dick vein on it? It's got a thick dick vein coming on the side of it.
We didn't even talk
awesome.
about him wanting to keep Asa's ass.
Oh yeah, that's a great line, and it has my favorite reaction from Falling, where she's like, "Pervert."
And he's like, "Yes." I love it, but yeah, I actually saw I think one of the maybe an r/slash manga thread of the chapter where someone linked your video.
Let's go.
So but yeah, Jim, you'll be included on some Kamen Rider when we see Shin Kamen Rider at the end of the month.
That's true. It's coming up.
So, Jim,
they're only showing it one day.
One day.
It's so weird.
So, get excited.
I'll certainly try.
But yeah, and then we're back. We've been back on the bi-weekly train, so it's been painful.
Yeah, I am very excited. In the next 4 days, we'll finally get the whatever comes after this.
I mean, right now, according to Shonen Jump, we have chapter 132.
It's gone!
No, it's still there for me.
It's gone for me.
It's still there for me. I still have this. I still have it.
Now all the chapters are gone.
Hack
for me.
into it. Get it.
I become one with the Jump. But
What if you open it and it's literally just power? Like it's just like a whole chapter of power, just like doing funny faces.
I love the description for Chainsaw Man for Shonen Jump. It's just broke young man plus chainsaw demon equals Chainsaw Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like-
That reminds me like when Netflix just started doing those like one sentence plot summaries and they're just all terrible.
One man, one Squid Game. Squid Game.
But yeah, that was the
Also,
chapter. I was kind of I don't know. I was hoping that we'd get another one sooner. That's why this week I was like, oh shit, it's another off week, because it's mostly just been like kind of actiony moments. So there's honestly not too much to talk about.
but yeah.
As much as there had been in previous chapters.
Yeah, but I like it. I'm guessing the win condition is sun. I guess getting to sunrise. Because I guess those devils don't work in the daylight as much or as well,
I
or,
want to
like-
know why making it to the sunrise is important.
or something's coming to like defeat that. I don't know.
Ooh, Gandalf.
Gandalf, get off the gray and get off the white. Both come. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll learn Denji's identity at the end of this arc of who the Chainsaw Man is?
I feel like at this point, no. I think the whole point is that it's kind of supposed to be like a superhero thing. Like it's going to be teased out for like as long as possible.
As grueling and long, I don't know.
Think about like the old Spider-Man comics. Like my understanding of it is like he's always running into the same people, and they like.
I think he'll
still don't
he'll
know
try
who
to
he
do
is.
it, but then he'll get dragged away and probably get like a
Mhm.
more firm slap on the wrist about it.
Because Yoshida has his handful right now with Fami. Unless they both show up to like try to clean up the mess of like saving her sister and saving his like responsibility.
Well, it seemed like Fami was like just like chilling.
She was chilling, but Yoshida be like, "You're coming with me to clean up this fucking mess right now. I will buy you a cake, another cake or whatever." And then we're gonna have the shawarma scene of all of them just like in the destroyed city, just eating at a table silently, and that's how it ends. But I think overall, loving it.
I mean, yeah, I really liked it.
Part 2 is
This was
very
fun.
Are you liking part 2 like early on, like this early on compared to Chainsaw Man part 1 more? Or
I'm
more
liking
or
it
less
about the
than-
same.
Not the same. I think so. I feel that. Feel like that. as
It's
well.
hard. It's hard to say because like when I was reading Chainsaw Man, I had the benefit of being able to like sit down and binge it. Because like the first like 20 or so chapters I read in like a few sittings. And with this, it's literally been like every chapter, so it's harder for me to gauge. It's kind of like with JoJolion.
Yeah.
Like, when we were going through JoJolion, it's like really hard for me to like judge it as a whole, just because I'm getting it in like a bite-sized morsel.
Yeah.
Because like I would say right now, I'm probably enjoying it. Like if I were to like go overall, like how many chapters are we into part 2? Has it been like almost 30?
I want to say
was what?
so because it started like what, like 90.
98, I think.
Some...
Yeah, 98 was Bucky when Bucky showed up. So yeah, we're almost about 30 chapters in, and then in Chainsaw Man Classic, chapter 30 was where is chapter 30? Hold on, I'm looking right now. That was like
Katana?
actually that was like
Is that like
it was right before Katana,
wow.
I think.
Hmm.
I'm trying to. Yeah, it was actually like right after what's her face dies.
Snake?
Himeno.
Oh, Himeno. All right.
So actually, I don't know.
I feel like so.
I'm gonna give a slight edge to Chainsaw Man Part 2
Okay.
right now, just based on that.
Yeah.
where we're
Interesting.
sitting. If it were a little bit later, if it was after Katana, then I would probably. I don't know. This is such a stupid. I'm getting like really, like granular for no reason.
Yeah. I'm yeah. It's fine. It just is a fun comparison to kind of think about where we were at the beginning and where we're at compared like part 1 to part 2.
Oh yeah.
But is there anything else y'all want to say about that?
I'm excited for more.
I like them.
Yes.
Yeah, just give me more
I'm
Fujimoto.
craving it.
And make me a falling devil figure.
Oh my god.
I mean, we're slowly getting Chainsaw Man. I'm still waiting for my for that pop up Himeno figure to come out, so I can my shelf needs that.
If they did like a 1/6 scale flying or falling devil figure, and she's just like huge, she's just like 2 feet tall, it'd be fucking awesome.
Pop Up Parade going crazy for like all the waifus right now, especially for me. I'm getting a Mikan from fucking Danganronpa 2. They're releasing one. I'm like, God damn, you're doing all my waifus.
I'm gonna sneak into your house and destroy
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But I don't know. You have to get past my army of Nico Robin figures, especially the one that changes the transform.
Well, I wouldn't destroy any Nico Robin.
That's why I'm blocking it off. It's like the just a T pose of like Nico Robin figures. But
yeah, I mean, I thought this was going to be kind of a brisker one, and it is.
It was.
That's really all I have to say personally about CSM.
All right, should we get to the talk? I guess
the
talk. I'm sorry, they had that trademarked already.
Talk. Why would you say that? You mean root beer talk?
Yakety. Oh my god, was it the Simpsons version called Yakety Yak? I think.
Wait, what?
Simpsons had like a version of the talk. I remember the show called like "Welcome Back to Yakety Yak." Don't worry about it.
Oh, with the talk, I thought you were talking about like the thing that like your dad tells you.
No, I was
talking
about the fucking talk show. The talk.
Oh.
Oh my god, Jim.
Okay, no, what we're doing
your mind went right to the talk.
Yeah, when people say the talk,
something Denji has never fucking had.
Yeah, Denji never had the talk.
Kishibe never drunkenly taught him the talk.
But no, you must be talking about root beer talk, which
yes.
is our little section at the end of every episode where we talk about something that we've been doing this week
yes.
that isn't Chainsaw Man related.
Yeah.
Medi, would you like to begin in
yeah.
root beer
I've
talk?
been playing a lot of Limbus Company and becoming a Project Moon lore expert. That setting is so fucking cool.
Yeah, give a brief summary of what the game is, I guess, because I have no idea.
Limbus, what if... Okay, you know gacha games where you roll for new characters? I'm stealing this line verbatim from Mr. Chris Wolfhard is now his online handle. But instead of rolling for new characters in Limbus, you are rolling for your character's split personalities, essentially.
That's awesome.
And it is a
Killer 7 character.
It's a the best way I can put it is like Runia and Lobotomy Corp are games that feel like they are a lot more grounded in their setting, and Limbus is like if you played a tabletop game in that same setting. It is the characters are fucking crazy at times. The plot is slowly developing as time is going on, and like I had just finished Library of Ruda recently. And I immediately went to playing Limbus, and I have enjoyed that setting immensely. And I've also read like Wonder Labs, which is the one manga I read, a good chunk of Leviathan, which is another I forget what the Korean manga term is.
Manhwa?
But yeah, Project.
I'm watching some gameplay. So is this? It's kind of like an RPG, not like a turn-based, but is it like one of those like action turn-based ones?
Kinda.
It's like it's coin combat where characters roll coins or flip coins for things, and they can add to certain stacks, and the coins are really dice. It's a lot like Library of Ruda, except for you don't build a deck now. You pick a specific ID for one of your 12 sinners, and they will have abilities based off of those IDs.
Interesting.
Fucking
wow, it's so insane to me that I'd like an entire like corner of the internet just gets revealed to me.
I recommend Project Moon. Fantastic. Anyone who hasn't checked it out, I highly recommend playing the games. Project of Ruda is the only game made for a person right now. Limbus is also pretty fun, but it's a mobile game, so it's pretty approachable. Lobotomy Corp is a fucking overwhelming experience.
Well, Jim, you're still waiting for Pretty Derby to come to the U.S.
Yeah, Uma Musume. One day it will come.
One day.
Didn't it get shut down in Japan?
It got like sued, I think, for like something recently, very recently.
Sad.
But
Very sad. Yeah, I've tried to dip my toenails into the gacha games.
I might talk about a
gacha
gacha game on my ends too. So I had like two kind of happy.
All right, why don't you go? Why don't you go next?
If you want to know about the Kamen Rider game experience, listen to our recent JOKAKAKA for JoJo Land's chapter, because I talk about that. So, but two things. One thing, I've been getting back into Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, the sequel to the AI Somnium Files.
Al Somnium Files.
I fucking love that game. The characters are all crazy weirdos, and I fucking love them for them. And the mystery's still pretty good. I said I'm still like, I finally reached like an actual like ending before like you go back and play through the other like branches. But I love that game. I love that series. I love the characters like Date, like Mizuki, like even the new characters are like fucking great. I love them. And I even bought the special edition that came with a figure, and
of the titular Al
of Aiba, and it was her virtual form and her little eyeball form on her shoulder. It's adorable. I love it. I recommend the first game.
Very
goes on
nice.
sale a lot, and it's kind of a good game to play on like a Switch or Steam Deck, whatever you have. It's the same people that did the Virtuous like 999 and like all those games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like those, you'll love this one. It's a lot very interactive and very like crime mystery related. It's very good, very fun.
I really want to play it.
It gets wild,
just...
and I was like, the mystery of the first game was I love. You get plenty of time to do theory crafting in it, and that's like our specialty. So I highly recommend it, especially if the first game goes on sale. See how it is. You'll love these weirdos. Trust me.
I just feel like I have such little time
Yeah.
nowadays. Like it's so hard for me to like even squeeze like one game in.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
I think I can't even remember. We literally just recorded this, but I think I talked about Zelda.
Yeah, you did.
Like that's most of what I've been doing.
I have. Let me finish one more thing. If you want to talk about Zelda, 'cause I do have a question about Zelda that you can add.
Sure.
But I also as we know from a past Chainsaw Man episode, I played the Nike or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay, so they recently had an anniversary event, and this event told the backstory of like a group of. If you don't know, Nike is the game with the asses jiggling when you shoot a gun.
Yeah.
All the gotchas are gun girls, and yeah, they
But-
shoot their gun and their asses jiggle.
They had a half anniversary event. And they had this whole like backstory mini story about like this like one squad from like a very early from the timeline, and it's like insanely good. Like it's all voice acted. It's like very like depressing. It's like shocking. Like character going through fucking trauma and like hallucinating, and it's like mental break. It's so good. It was like actually a really good event, and like this is like I came for the fucking asses, and I'm getting like fucking character like mentally having a breakdown with a gun to their fucking head. It's surprisingly really good, but. Like,
that's how they get you. That's what people are saying about.
I don't really.
What is it, Honkai Star Rail?
Yeah.
People are saying that game has like really good writing.
It's also the Genshin people do that. So.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been playing for the most part. That
Skyrail game. Sorry, our Star Rail game
Mm-hmm.
keeps fucking with me because I'll see art of it appear on timeline. And I'm like, wow, that's the fucking one girl from Girls Frontline. Nope, it's not. I've been tricked.
Okay, speaking of art, is that a question for Jim for Zelda? So the only character I see art of is the what's it called? Who's the girl that was like an old lady?
The lolly.
She was like an old lady in like one game, and then she's like younger now because they were young in like Hyrule Warriors, and now she's like everywhere.
No, so I know who you're talking about. I forget her name.
I thought she was an old
Hold
lady
on.
and only was young for the Warriors game, for the Hyrule Warriors 2 or whatever.
No, I think what they did was so.
Explain.
What's her name? I'm trying to find her name. God damn it! What's her fucking name? Pura. Her name's Pura.
Okay.
So in the first game, in Breath of the Wild, Pura, it looks like this. I'm showing Sam. I'm
looking at
you, the audience.
Yeah.
Pura looks like this. Like, so Pura is literally like almost 100 years old, but is a child for some reason. She's done like experiments on herself that have turned her into a child.
Of course.
I think in Hyrule Warriors, because that game is like a prequel.
And also, this is not this art style at all. It's just like Wind Waker art style on her. The picture you sent me.
Yeah, she kind of does look like a Wind Waker. Oh wow! So her design is like really different in Hyrule Warriors. So
that's what
she's like a younger. She's like looks like a younger girl. But then in the new game, she's like aged up again for some reason.
Yeah,
because Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel to Breath of the Wild. Like it happens like right after
Hot
it.
Ganon got replaced so fast when people saw her.
Well, I mean, like she was a lolly in the one, and you know how people are about that. Yeah. Like people flock to that kind of shit.
But that was the only question I had was like, what? Why am I seeing her like all of a sudden now? I thought she was just like an old lady.
The second, no, she's. I mean, she is an old lady, but like she's never looked like an old lady.
Again, I never touched the game, so I guess I wasn't. When I heard that, I guess I didn't see the picture of it.
Her design is really, really good in the new one. The art style in this new Zelda game is like really, really good, and the character design as well, I think, is like really good.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Jim. Your turn.
I actually wasn't even going to talk about Zelda that much.
All I have was a question, so.
Zelda's good. I mean, I'm really enjoying the fucking Zelda game. It's kind of it's kind of just like an improvement in like every single way from the last one, which I did have kind of a lot of problems with. What's it called, Breath of the Wild.
Jim, you go into detail in our Chapter 4 discussion of JoJo Land. Yeah. So if you want Jim's Zelda takes for that, listen to that.
I did want to talk about. I'm reading One Piece, as everyone knows.
Have you been alluding to?
That's basically any of my free time lately, because like, well, that I'm not spending with my dog, because like most of the time I'm with my dog. But any of my other free time is either Tears of the Kingdom or fucking One Piece. And right now I'm in the middle of the Water 7 arc in One Piece. Peak. And it's really good. It's just like, I've talked about this before, and like, maybe you'll hear me talk about it in a podcast one day, but the way, like, I really just have grown like a really strong appreciation and fascination with the way that Oda writes like these humongous arcs. And because like they're always like a huge big event with like a million characters, and
it does not change. It only
really
increases.
Good at like, he's really good at giving every character like
something to do,
a moment, even if they don't show up for a bit. Like there is guaranteed to be a moment where they like show up and they like totally rule and they fucking bust ass, and I love it. And then Luffy gets to hang around for the majority of the
his epic punch in.
But yeah, it's just I'm just really happy I finally like plugged my way through the beginning bit that I didn't enjoy so much about One Piece.
I had a fun time rereading the first East Blue. Like I liked it a lot, but as I said, you didn't probably like it as much, but me rereading it, I had I think even better time.
There's just like a lot of stupid shit in there. Like Zoro's backstory is like really fucking stupid.
That's the best part about it though, because everybody else has traumatic backstories, and he just like, yeah, my fucking teachers thought like, she fell down some stairs.
she was sad because she's a girl and girls can't be as strong as boys. In the world of One Piece, it is insane to say that phrase out loud. Just like eat a fucking fruit and become like a god.
Well, there was no fruit in that dojo. There were some stairs, and the stairs fucked you up.
But yeah, One Piece is really good. I really like it. I'm super into it, and I'm happy that I've got like 750 more chapters left to read.
Did the 4Kids version of that scene? We didn't talk about it when we talked about it, but like, did she just end up in a coma?
She probably just got lost. She fell down the stairs and got lost.
She fell to the void. But I think that's it. That is a hell of a weird glow up. For that.
All right. Well, that's my root beer talk for the week. Do we have anything else? No. We just plug it up, I guess.
I guess so. Unless you have anything to talk about, Medi.
No, we good. Let's plug it up.
All right, you are free to plug up first.
All right, buy Shimonetta at shimonetta.com. Or goddamn it, buy Shibaneta at buyshibaneta.com. There we go.
Take 2.
That's all I need.
All right then. If you made it this far, congratulations. Thank you all very much for listening. If you like the video, you can leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You can also subscribe to our Patreon so you can read your name out in the beginning of JoJo Land videos. You can also follow the podcast on Twitter with all of our Twitter handles are all attached to there, so you can find it all in there. Join our Discord, and that's about everything, right? Does
Yep.
anybody else have anything else to plug? No takers? Alright, that's it then.
Nope.
We will see you next time then. Maybe this arc will be done, who knows?
I hope so.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, me too.
Oh, hold on, Jim. I found the 4Kids dub version of what happened to her.
Okay.
So they censor her death by stating that she had been permanently injured by the friends of a man she defeated.
Bizarre. Absolutely.
But ironically, as many
bizarre.
fans have noted, this change is arguably more violent than her fate in the original story.
All right. And with that, goodbye.
Amazing. Goodbye.
Goodbye.